Hello from Gardening at Douentza here in Ireland, and we're out in the greenhouse today to look at my Gongora galeata, and that's what this video is all about. It's how I grow this beautiful orchid, and look what it's rewarded me with this year. And here we are out in the greenhouse where I'm showing off my Gongora, and this is a beautiful hanging plant that has given me numerous spikes this year. So we've several open. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've 2 yet to come, 6 and 7, and then over the top of the plant there's one that's already gone. It's flowered and gone. So this is quite a short-lived plant in terms of flowering, so I wanted to make sure to catch it. I couldn't be hanging around waiting for those 2 spikes at the back to open, because the ones at the front may well be past their best by tomorrow. I don't really know, but it's a super thing when it's in flower. And this Gongora I've had for a good few years now, and it has flowered reliably. I have it in a clay pot, and it's potted in sphagnum. I think there's a little bit of bark in there, but sphagnum which I keep moist the whole time. And I hang this on a north facing window or west facing window depending on the time of year, so a relatively low light orchid, and it does well. Now this one probably needs a repot at this stage because sphagnum breaks down over time, so that'll be something for me to do. I need to check if I have any sphagnum in, but it's a nice plant and it makes a nice show. The leaves are quite impressive the way they stand up. They tend to be blemish free, and yeah, quite nice. So overall it makes quite an attractive picture. Now when I said I have this on a north facing or west facing window, of course I don't keep it out here in the greenhouse. It's just been brought out to avail of best light and to show you this plant off at its best. Now last year it did flower exceedingly well for me when I was away, but I think what happened was that some of the spikes had closed before others had opened. So this is certainly the best flowering I've seen on this particular plant. I can't get a sensible answer out of my family in terms of what it did really last year. But it's nice, isn't it? And it's scented too. Let's have a sniff and see if I can work out what it is smelling like. No, I mean it's good, but I can't put it into words. It's funny how limited our vocabulary is when it comes to scents. We can liken them to something else that we know the scent of, like citrus or fruity we might say, or we might say lemony, but we can't actually describe a scent. We can say something's a bit floral or it's sweet, but really adequately we can't describe it, which is a shame. Anyway, I guess that's it for Gongora for this year, and yeah, just a little close up on these hooded dangling flowers. Oh, the wind is taking it, turning it like a carousel. I would say quite an easy orchid to grow, and yeah, good one to have in a collection. It's low maintenance. I mean, I would water this once a week. Sometimes in winter, for example, it's still quite wet when I go to water it once a week, and so I wouldn't bother. and sometimes when it's coming up to flowering time, I might check it in the middle of the week just to make sure that it's maintained moist, because if it dries out then there's a danger that the flowers will go over prematurely. Gongora galeata. Definitely recommend.